It's time for a reboot. Not a do-over, but a do-everything. A time to hike this, taste that, camp here, and road trip there. In a place that's wide open for new memories. South Dakota. Out here, adventure goes with the territory. Whether you're backpacking in Badlands National Park or diving into Lewis and Clark Lake. When you're ready, get back to nature and back to what you love. Get inspired at TravelSouthDakota.com.
O'Reilly. This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Germany.
And this is Brittany.
And this is the Black Girl Bravado podcast.
A motivating and encouraging podcast where we focus on building community amongst colorful women alike.
Join us weekly as we sit down and have candid conversations on various topics and issues surrounding self-care, self-love, mental health and wellness, spirituality, entrepreneurship, and much more.
And trust, when we don't have the answers, we'll call on our expert homegirls who do.
Our intention is to create a safe space for growth, inspiration, laughter, and love, free of judgment, in hopes that after you listen, you're a little more knowledgeable or at least a little more entertained than before.
It's homegirl vibes here. Real, raw, and a little funny.
A lot of fucking funny.
So thanks for tuning in to the Black Girl Bravado podcast.
Let's start the show, cuties.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
Welcome back, boo-boo babies.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you? Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day. It'll be
The day
a day late,
after.
dollar short when you're getting this, but still, the sentiment still stands true.
Period.
Happy International, 'cause I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa,
Yes. Ooh.
whoa. I can cast a spell.
Do the women always go hard like this for this day? I feel like each year we take we take the holidays by the horns and say, fuck.
We level it up.
We do.
We level it up.
Young Sierra.
Uh-huh.
So it is International Women's Day.
Mhm. Seen all the girlies on Instagram going crazy.
Me too.
I said, okay, y'all do your shit.
I saw it.
I feel like we went a little crazy. I said, we love a themed post. We love a themed post, baby. And here we are with a theme.
It takes it up a level.
We have a themed post. So, yeah, happy International Women's Day to all the girlies out there, all the fellas out there. If you identify as whoever, any identifying person.
Yeah, happy International Women's Day.
Period, okay? If you
Period.
identify as she, her, what's another one? Just she, her, huh?
She, her.
Happy International
She, her.
Women's Day.
She, her.
Yeah.
So,
How was your weekend?
my weekend was good.
Damn,
Sorry.
frog in the throat.
What did I do? One day I'm gonna just come out here and spit it. As soon as you say, how's your weekend? I'm gonna be like, it was great. I did this. I did that. This weekend, a Saturday, went out for lunch, went to the beach.
Mm-hmm. That
was nice.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as it gets a little sunny.
But it was cold.
We needed to not be on the beach. I'll say
Yeah.
that. I'm like, we can pack it up.
Did you guys have a blanket and everything? Like a whole kit and caboodle?
We had a blanket. I brought my Johnny Walker blanket.
Cute.
It was perfect
Okay.
for the beach, but we were only sitting there for so long before.
Just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was. Actually, I fell asleep because
Oh.
I got a little tipsy. Shout out to
Tipsy.
No, what's that song, Jaquan?
No. Tipsy.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Boom. Boom. Yep, that's it. That's it.
So I fell asleep for a second. Sure, my mouth was open.
Nothing like being asleep in nature on the beach or something.
I really loved it. I want to go back to the beach when it's warmer. I was thinking about our good times at Love Fest.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we went to the beach. So that was cool. Sunday, Oh, Sunday I had some me time.
Not some you, not some we, but some me time.
Got up, folded clothes that had needed to be folded for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, because I be in and out of this damn house. Like, things just don't get taken care of. So
Yeah.
I finally did that. I watched my little reading. Okay, so I watched my little readings from Queen of Cups. And she be on point for me. I know that you weren't really resonating.
Yeah.
But she was on point for me, girl. But why did she say for me that?
What'd she say?
She said that, I don't worry about looking for revenge.
Oh,
I don't
my
worry
God.
about it. I don't worry about revenge because I said God will handle people that cross me.
Yeah.
I don't gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
But she said that people who did me wrong
Are gonna get their revenge
she said that their karma is coming back to them.
tenfold. What she
It's
said?
the
bitch?
tenfold.
Come on.
She said their karma is coming back to me. There was
To them.
nothing. I mean, to them, yeah, not to me. To them, there was nothing that I needed to do, and people are really feeling the pain of fucking with me.
Good.
And I said, God, that's why I leave. That's why I don't even got no sweat on my back, no smut on my back.
Period.
So she said that, and she was like,
That resonated with you?
I mean, it didn't resonate with me because I wasn't thinking about it, but this just what she said to me. So I'm thinking, if everything else has been true, then
Tried and true.
hurt,
Yeah. Okay.
karma.
What else did she say?
That I am going to be shining. She said that people are going to be seeing me shining very bright.
Did
I
she
said,
see
"What
a
is
Libra next to you?"
I said, what does that mean? Please tell me that my account too. What is that recognition? What does that mean?
Right.
What
Words
does
of
that mean? Where am I
affirmation.
shining from?
Oh God.
I said,
Let me listen to my shit. I hope she says I'm shining too, Lord.
so if you're a Virgo, that is what the reading was for the month. I'm not saying it verbatim, but that is just what was told to me, that it was looking bright for us. It was looking bright. People are going to be feeling bad and heartbroken for fucking with me. And I'm like,
We like to hear that. We're like, yeah. Payback,
Secretly
bitch. Payback. Good. So that was it. And then on Sunday, I ran into you.
Okay, yeah. So Sunday, I was having some me time because that's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Took myself out on a little date and I ran into this one.
Right.
It wasn't planned.
It wasn't. We were texting and I'm like, we're here near Seabirds. And you're like, I'm at Seabirds.
I was at Seabirds, and so I ran into you. Then I came home. Before I got home, I had got me some new pajamas and things. Then I came home, steamed my face, showered with my Just Breathe eucalyptus shower bundle. And then I watched the Oprah Meghan Markle interview and Harry. And then I took my ass to bed.
Pretty early?
Like by 11.
That was nice.
Yeah.
You had it wrapped down early. I never could get to bed that early ever.
How was
It
your
just doesn't
weekend?
happen. My weekend was good. On Saturday, I kind of woke up and was moving around the house, and then I got another plant, so pray for it.
Which plant you get?
A monstera.
From where?
From Wild Bunch.
Who?
It's a store downtown near the office.
Oh.
So I got a little plant. He gave it to me for like $10.
Okay, so that could be a nail if it doesn't survive.
Yeah, I said it won't be my fault.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm rescuing it. I feel like it was a sick dog. He was like, I mean, if you want to try it out, you can. I said, okay, fine.
That happened to me. The little fiddle that I got from downtown. And fiddle leaf figs are pretty. They can get up there. And they can
big,
get up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
The price.
Yeah.
So I found a little one for $25. It's not currently at my home. It's
Right.
being cared of by a plant dad. But
Yeah.
when it gets here, I'm like, I only invested $25.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
It's when you invest a check that it's like, and you died.
Exactly. That's how I felt. And he was like, no, you should just try it out. See how it goes. And I told him my apartment gets really hot. And he said his apartment gets up to 100 degrees in there. I feel like that wasn't it. The juvenile 500 degrees. But he said he gets up to 100 degrees.
400.
400 is whatever, hot boys. So anyway, he said his gets up
500.
there to 100 degrees. And I'm like, okay, well, we coming neck and neck.
What's he doing in his apartment?
He says he lives on the second floor and his window faces like the sun or some shit. So the heat gets
south,
trapped.
maybe.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, I'll try it out. If this one dies, I'm not gonna feel badly. But I am bringing that one that was dying back. The one in my room, the pothos.
The pothos. Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah, I repotted the bitch, and she's making strides. So I'm feeling good about it. But anyway, and then I went to the office, and Andres and I were hanging out, just chilling, having some like light drinks, and his friend ended up coming, and we sat and talked for like hours, and then went to Monty's and came back. And then once I got home, I was sitting and talking outside, well, in my neighbor's house, my white neighbors, for 3 hours.
Damn, you guys were some social butterflies.
Yeah, I know. And then we like went in the house and chilled. So
the
funny.
nightcap.
The little nightcap.
Damn, your neighbors were probably like, well, they ended the night with a bang.
I know.
Literally and figuratively.
I know.
They ended the night with a
I'm
bang.
like, good night, guys.
Do you ever hear them?
Never. I'm like, are y'all celibate? The fuck? I'm like, they must got it on pause for the Lord. Something's going on over there. Cause
Wait, are they married?
No.
Oh.
Which is why I'm like, y'all practice celibacy, which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But I'm
whatever
like,
floats your boat.
I'm like, there's some intimacy missing here. Some the physical touch. It's
What do you
missing.
mean, like the fucking?
I don't think there's much happening, but I mean, maybe they're quiet. Maybe they're in the shower a lot. I don't know.
It's a shower for me.
I don't know, but they're quiet as church mouse. I mean, I can hear a mouse piss on cotton in their house.
Because I could for sure hear when my neighbors are, I think they're in a
Getting freaky in the
drought right
club.
now. I think they're kind of toxic, the Malcolm and Marie vibes.
Yeah.
But when they were in the honeymoon stage, I'm like, well, fuck.
The little rabbits.
I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Shit. But
So, yeah. And then Sunday, what did we do on Sunday? It was kind of low key. I don't know what we did. Oh, we ran into you. Ran into you, and after that came home, relaxed. Watched the terrible Coming to America. I fell asleep, and he watched it, and I'm like, good night.
yeah.
I woke up, it was like 1:50. I'm like, I'm getting in
a.m.
bed. Yeah,
Y'all started a movie that late?
like 11:30 or 12. Because we went and got ice cream late. I folded my clothes.
You start a movie with me that late, you can bet your bottom dollar it won't be.
I mean,
it won't be
was.
finished with me. You will be finished.
He finished it, and I was like, I'm getting into bed. I gotta go to bed. I have work tomorrow, and I cannot call off again.
Did you watch the Tekashi? That's what I was watching.
No.
The last thing I fell asleep on. The Tekashi 6ix9ine documentary on Showtime, which is it was done very well, and it was actually interesting how he came to fame. These internet kids, they really know how to manipulate the internet.
Like the little Nas X, they know how to really fuck with the algorithm.
They really know how to fuck with get that fan base up.
Yeah. No, I went to sleep, and then now here we are. Happy International
That was Saturday. I was
Women's
watching
Day.
that.
Maybe I'll tap in. I just don't
It's
see
3 parts. It's be the thing is,
Hell no. I'm not tapping in.
it was the binging for me. Like I could watch one part and then okay, can we do something else? It'd be the binging that kind of.
the Bengino.
It's the binging that kind of
Yes.
cuts me at the neck.
But you know what? If you all are binging this show, because we know a lot of you start from the beginning and you're new
Yes.
here, make sure you take a few moments to rate and review to the show, especially if you find that the content resonates with you and you're finding some relevance in it. Just take a few moments, especially. I mean, you should be moved to. I'm not going to say if you're moved to. Be moved to.
Be moved.
Move
Your body, girl. Type that rating and review.
That's it, period.
You
And
right
when
there.
you rate and review the show, it just serves as your Yelp review. Maybe someone else is looking for a podcast that can speak to them and meet them where they are. And your kind review will bring them right on over here.
That part.
So to show our appreciation, Brittany reads a review of the week, and she might read yours.
I might. So to this week, I'm reading D-Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Gems, each week I'm blown away by how much I need the info y'all put out. This year, I'm going to be intentional about doing the journal prompts over on Patreon because they have really been an amazing tool in my toolkit for introspection. Love y'all.
Love you.
Journal prompts on Patreon for show. This week's is coming tomorrow.
This week's is coming tomorrow. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you, D-Tune. We love it.
So, what's going on over there? You mentioned Patreon. So, what's going on over there on Patreon? What is that?
So Patreon, if you don't know, is an exclusive community for the homegirls who want to take their commitment up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Over on Patreon, we have bonus episodes. We've been talking about it, but it's finally here. Our bestie tier on Patreon.
Yes.
Now we have our homegirl vibes. We have our soul sisters.
We have our gracious girlfriend.
We have our gracious girlfriends. Now we have our besties. If you are a bestie, you will be getting
3 bonus episodes.
3 bonus episodes. So that means you get to hear the girls. If you like what you see here and what you hear here, you really get to see and hear it over there. You get to hear the girls 3 bonus times per month.
Yeah.
And we kicked off this month with the episode from Germany and her boo-boo baby.
Yeah, my boo-boo baby, which I listened today, and it was a good conversation. It was really interesting to hear it back, and especially since we recorded it last month.
Tell them what we talked about.
We talked about vulnerability. We talked about the women that he's hurt in the past and how it's helped him evolve into the person that he is today, to be the man that he needs to be for me, because, I ain't accepting nothing less. Okay? I ain't accepting nothing less.
Yeah.
We talked about our partnership and how what else did we talk about? We talked about a lot of stuff.
Talked about what you all have learned from each other.
Yes, what we've learned.
Ways that you've helped each other grow.
Yes, so many things.
Continue to grow.
Yeah. And in addition to that, this is just like one of the types of episodes that we'll have.
Yeah.
We'll have more content that's similar to the episodes that we post here on the main platform, which are meant to educate, inform, or enlighten you. So we've already had a couple homegirls switch their...
We do. We have.
Their membership from whatever level of commitment they are at to the bestie tier. Also, now this is where it gets really good. You actually get exclusive merch.
You get a gift.
That's not sold anywhere else.
It will never be sold.
Yeah, we're not selling it on the website, or it won't be available for purchase anywhere except for on Patreon. You can't even buy it on Patreon.
You can't buy it. It's not for sale.
No. So head on over there. I don't even want to say see if you see something you'll like, because you're going to see something you like.
You're going to see something you like, especially if you like it here. It's just
a chef's kiss. It's just goodies. And our playlist for March will be up this week.
Yeah.
So if you want to throw a little ass, you might want to tap in.
Money.
You might want to.
Okay, so let's shout out our new patrons.
Let's get it.
So for the bestie tier, we have Aisha.
Hey, Aisha.
And we have Patrice.
Hey, Patrice.
Thank you both so much, ladies.
Welcome.
Then we have Halima.
Hey, Halima.
Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine.
Natasha.
Natasha, what's up, girl?
And Valor.
Hey, Valor. Welcome to the gang.
A couple of the homegirls also committed yearly.
I love that.
They made the yearly commitment, and when you commit for the year, you save 15%.
So join us over there.
Save a coin, commit for the year. We'll promise you'll love it throughout the whole year. We're constantly updating on Patreon, never sleeping.
The never sleeping. Yeah, thank y'all for y'all support. It means a whole lot.
It does. I used to think my skin goals were unattainable. Over the past few years, my skin has been very problematic and acne prone. I've gone to the dermatologist, tried several products, read all the Reddit threads, and I drove myself to frustration. Thankfully, I found Curology. Whether you're trying to take control of acne or if acne is no longer your top concern, fine lines, dark spots, occasional breakouts, or clogged pores, Curology will customize a prescription formula with 3 active ingredients picked for you to tackle your skincare needs. Right now, I'm tackling these dark spots. To get your treatment plan, start by answering questions online about your skin and sending in a couple selfies to Curology. Next, Curology matches you with a licensed dermatology provider who gets to know your skin, and if it's a good fit, you'll get a customized prescription cream to address your acne, fine lines, dark spots, and more. I love the process of getting my treatment plan set up. The questions were very specific to ensure my direct needs were addressed. Then, Curology sets you up with a personalized treatment plan and ships your custom formula right to your door. My formula contains clindamycin, azelaic acid, and zinc pyridone to address acne, dark spots, and skin texture. I love that it was formulated just for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing more improvements in my skin. Take control of acne, dark spots, breakouts, or whatever your unique concerns may be with a powerful skincare treatment made for you today. Go to Curology.com/bravado For a free 30-day trial, just pay for shipping and handling. That's CUROLOGY.com/bravado to unlock your free 30-day trial. See Curology.com for all the details. Hey, my loves. Aussie Hair wants you to start off 2021 by embracing and understanding your unique hair type. To help do so, Aussie has just launched new moisture-packed products to help meet the unique hair needs for all hair types and textures. Whether you have straight locks, soft waves, twirls and curls, or popping coils like me, Aussie now has tailored options for any hair care routine. Listen, these products have been coming through for the wash and goes, honey. You know wash and goes can be tricky, but Miracle Coil said, The curl stretching cream, the shampoo, the conditioner, I just love it here. My favorite products are from the new Miracle Coils collection, 4 quality products with nourishing formulas that provide moisture and protect my hair and keep my locks moisturized throughout the day. I love these products for my 4A hair because they're conditioning and sulfate free. I especially love the silicone free conditioner. Live for that. Aussie products are also PETA certified cruelty free, so they love all types of hair and animals. Learn more by following Aussie on Instagram at AussieHairUSA. Plus, they're easy to find and affordable. Wherever you shop, you can find Aussie products starting at $2.99.
So,
New week, new tea.
new week, new tea, where we kee-kee with you and you kee-kee with we.
So, tea this week. Outside is opening back up.
It is, slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Y'all out there getting vaccinated.
Vaccines are happening for sure. They are said that they will have vaccines available to everyone
By May.
Well, they will have enough vaccines for everyone. I don't know what the availability is going to be, but there will be enough. So if you want a vaccine, you'll be able to get it.
They've been sewing them up. I went looking for Graham an appointment, and I had to tell her, I'm sorry to break it to you.
You couldn't find one
70
for
and older queen, 75 and older.
How old is, she's 71.
75.
How old is Graham?
75.
Graham 75?
Yeah, 76. She'll be 76 this month, actually.
Oh, she's a little older than my grandma.
Yes. Yeah, she's 75. 75.
So when is she going to be able to get it?
She's actually was able to get an appointment at the senior center for tomorrow. Talking about, can you take off?
She probably started praising him. Huh?
I said, girl, I can't take off for that. I don't know. I took off 2 times
How's
last
she gonna
week.
get there?
She's getting there. She might Uber.
Oh, okay.
She was like, can you take off? I just want you to go with me. And I said, no, you can go. And she was like, well, I've been seeing all the grandmas and the grandpas with people with their grandchildren online. I said, Graham,
knock it off. Get out of the fantasy land.
Get that vaccine and come home.
Please.
Where your dog is waiting for you. Just get back home, girl.
Yeah, people are getting it. And so that's the reason the numbers have dropped.
Significantly. Like, we're down to the single double digit.
I was about to say.
No, but we're on our way down. We only had like 19 patients in the hospital with COVID, which is a significant drop from where we were. So remember, I told you we were like, bitch, right under 200.
The thing is,
200 degrees.
I'm feeling goodness in my soul because an end is on the horizon.
Yeah. We knew we would look up one day and we would be here. We just didn't know when.
We just didn't know when. And I didn't think it would be this soon in 2021, to be quite honest, because people are like, 2021 is canceled. Don't expect normalcy returning in 2021.
I was thinking like maybe mid to late 2021, like 2022-ish. I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have been like the beginning of 2022.
That's what I was thinking too. But I mean, things are changing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that people are still getting affected. We're not completely blind to
no,
that.
Yeah.
We're not completely blind to
Nor
that.
are we negating the impact that it had.
Exactly.
You know?
But we're also acknowledging that there is a shift happening.
Rejoicing.
We're rejoicing.
We're rejoicing.
I saw that Texas done took off their mask mandate.
Ooh, and I'm just like, y'all nasty.
I'm like, now we can still wear the mask.
The mask will be on until next year.
We can still wear the mask.
I don't think they're making the mask thing. They're not taking that off until like maybe next year.
California is opening up Disneyland.
Okay, so this is the thing. I know we were talking about getting our money back for Coachella. What are your thoughts about that? If the world is really opening back up, I don't want to go in. I don't really want to go in the winter. I don't.
I would go.
Bitch, if you go,
we're
then
not
I would
going
have
in
to
the
go.
winter. It will be in the fall. They're not having Coachella in the winter. This is what I'm gonna say. If they say that Coachella is happening this year, 2021,
in April,
it's not happening in April. They would have. That's not enough notice.
Yeah.
But if they say they're going to do the new fall dates, like they were going to do October, if they say that,
cold.
I would be down and I would bundle up.
It's so cold.
Germany, it being cold is not an excuse that I'm accepting from you.
It's
not an excuse that I'm accepting from you.
It would be so chilly. We would have to really evaluate and see because we're not vaccinated. We're not.
We would have to wear a mask.
An N95.
Anyway,
Who
we'll
wants to
cross
be-
that bridge when we get there.
Who wants to be on your drug?
You don't
with
plan
an
on never
N95?
You don't ever plan on getting vaccinated. So anyway,
Yeah.
California is opening up Disneyland with limited capacity, whatever that is.
Right.
What else?
Amusement parks. Concerts. I think
Movie theaters?
bowling alleys and shit like that. Recreation activities and shit. Entertainment activities.
Is
will likely
outdoor
be
dining
open.
opening?
That's
I mean, is
already open.
indoor dining opening back up?
We'll see. Wasn't it open for like a quick second?
No, it never.
It
opened.
never reopened?
No, we've only been outdoor.
Oh.
Our indoor has never opened up, not even with limited capacity.
I thought it did. I thought they did the 25% indoor.
Maybe I missed it. When is church opening back up? Let me know if Disneyland can open up the doors to the church so that I can get cleansed.
Because it's been over a year, girl.
Big Sure's going to be so many.
Bitch, I've been on.
I needed to not use that
Hands
in
will
that
be
sentence,
flailing
but
up. They're going to be baptizing tons of folks. They are. I'm calling.
Girl, you know once they dropped that never would have made it.
Never would have made it without you. And people going to be referencing the pandemic. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me. And I can say never would have made it.
I'm going to be in there like Charlie.
Tears in eyes. Once hands are up and head is bowed. Once head is bowed. Oh.
The hand up, head
Head
down
up, head
posture.
down.
That's how you know you had a rough week. Or something's really, that's
Tugging.
always how I can know how I'm going through something. If
Tugging.
my hands are up and my head is bowed, it's like
And tears are flowing.
that girl needs some healing.
Touch her, Lord. That's what we
going-
let. Touch her, Lord. Touch her spirit right
She's
now.
going through something.
That's when we need the Lord
Once
to
you have to
intercede.
put your hand on your friend's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't get up in there and they be asking us to pray for and do all of that and link hands. I'm gonna be.
I
like,
think
girl,
that'll be done, which that is one thing I'll be proud of. Don't tell me to touch my neighbor.
They be like, get in a small group, get in 3. I'm like, where the fuck is Brittany?
tell
I'm
me
in
to
a
touch
small
my
group and she's
neighbor.
not here.
I used to hate when you were late. I'm like, and this is why you need to be timely
They're
to
like,
church, because now my neighbor is somebody that I don't know. I'm looking at them.
they're like, share one thing as God has brought you this week. And I'm like, my rent was paid. I don't know. You're just saying
Yeah.
something. It's like, God damn.
Yeah, one time a lady was like, and I closed on the house. I said, praise him, sister.
What did you say?
Praise him, sister. That is great news. I'm like, now we small talking.
You're just waiting on them to say, okay, back. We're coming back to
Right.
the body of Christ.
Yeah, I want to know when church is going to open back up, and I'm just wondering.
I don't know, because I ain't even been to a live stream service, so I need
Yeah,
it.
I kind of feel like
I ain't even listened to no praise and worship lately.
No. me
I
either.
need to run back my playlist,
Yeah, at the very least.
my praise and worship playlist.
At the very least. At this point, I need to be healed.
Touched.
Rebirth.
Okay, so what else?
So yeah, back to outside. There's changes happening. All-Star Weekend was all-starring for show.
Somebody said Atlanta been open since January. Y'all need to
Did
stop
they
playing.
ever close?
I don't feel like they ever did. They were like, just put your mask on and keep going. I'm
Atlanta
like,
and Miami are the two places that I don't think
hardly
ever closed.
And Texas was coming in hot.
Texas was.
I'm coming in hot. That's what it was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were wilding. I just, I don't know if it's me, but I could never see myself really being moved to go to All-Star Weekend. I seen so many cars with the tires and the rims off.
Like stolen?
Cars that have been lifted up and the tires and the rims have been taken off the cars and they just leave them jacked up with no tires, no rims. And I'm like, what, bitch? I couldn't even imagine.
It's the people who get stuck for me. Like, why did you go there if you couldn't fully fund the trip?
It's just, It's not my type of energy. I just don't
The
desire.
only time I fake participated in All-Star Weekend is when it was in LA and I was just like where it was at for a little bit. That was like in 2009, 2008, 2009. I think it came back and I didn't participate that time. But you know, the Super Bowl will be in LA next year. That new stadium's going to be up.
Oh, wow. Then we going crazy.
The new stadium.
That's different.
The new stadium's going to be open. You know, they're turning that little Inglewood area into a LA Live type vibe.
Yeah, it's gonna. They're gentrifying that whole area. They've been buying the property over there for some years now.
Yeah,
getting rid of a lot of the businesses, and there's a fish place right there. Actually,
they
that
say
Starbucks tried to buy for like I think.
Oh,
it was
that
like
gumbo
20
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a couple $1 million, and they didn't. They were like refused it, and they were like, if y'all gonna offer us this, then
We're worth more. That vibe.
okay, that little gumbo spot will be holding it down. Okay.
People will be going there getting that gumbo
After their food. Okay, I would flip and tumble that bitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Wow.
So that's happening in LA, Super Bowl 2022. And
I
that's
probably
one-
won't be in the thick of it though. I know I won't.
I wouldn't be in the thick, but you know, probably a little off.
I probably wouldn't even be in downtown area because it's gonna be downtown because it's gonna be crazy. Everybody's gonna be downtown. Once you get to a certain point in the 110, it's just a dub. Like 110, 105, it's not happening.
The traffic's back for sure.
Yeah,
in
I'll
LA.
be in my own hood.
Yeah, but your hood may be near there because you know we've been talking about things.
Oh my God, we'll be here for it. We'll be here by then. Come on.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the tea this week.
Yeah, some light. Oh,
it's looking promising
so last week's episode
for a return.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming. Are you excited? Are you anxious? Are you nervous?
I'm not anxious. I'm not nervous. I'm hopeful. Hopeful. Yes, I am.
Oh,
but
the little poem.
No, I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy. Like I'm happy that there's going to be some normalcy restored.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to go out and shake my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely happy about that. I'm very, very happy to return to live music.
Yes.
That feeds my soul. I think I want to go back to how we used to be.
How did we used to be? Wildin'?
No, going to every concert to make up for lost times.
Okay, now you want to do everything. We might be there. We'll see. Y'all keep us in prayer as we'll keep you in prayer. Hey y'all, I'm always looking for ways to be more eco-friendly, and Cloud Paper is helping me along my low waste journey. Cloud Paper's toilet paper is 5-star rated and made from ultra soft bamboo, not trees. Their 3-ply toilet paper is soft, strong, and lint-free, so you don't have to sacrifice quality for sustainability. If you too are mindful about the environment, you'd be happy to know that Cloud Paper's packaging is 100% plastic-free, recyclable, and compostable. What I love is that it's delivered right to my door and shipped free of charge. No more empty shelves for me. Cloud Paper is already low cost, but if you use our code, you get 15% off your first order. Just go to cloudpaper.co and use code Bravado to get 15% off. That's cloudpaper.co, code Bravado to get 15% off. It feels great, it's sustainable, delivered right to your door, and less than $1 per roll with our code.
It's time for a reboot. Not a do-over, but a do-everything. A time to hike this, taste that, camp here, and road trip there. In a place that's wide open for new memories. South Dakota. Out here, adventure goes with the territory. Whether you're backpacking in Badlands National Park or diving into Lewis and Clark Lake. When you're ready, get back to nature and back to what you love. Get inspired at travelsouthdakota.com.
So, pardon me. Last week's episode, was episode 181. It was part 7 of our relationship goals series, and it was entitled Dating with Intention. So we really stretched that little relationship series out. There was a lot to talk about, and we wrapped it up with intentional dating. Intentional dating is dating with a purpose and a plan. It's creating a plan of action and implementing it. We decided to explore the concept of intentional dating, share our experience and previous lack thereof with this dating practice, and provided a few rules to consider when deciding to be more mindful about your dating experience. Y'all were really fucking with that episode. You're like, this is so good already. I'm like, and that's what we like to see. We like to see it shared.
We do.
We like to see it shared. So yeah, make sure that if you love the content, repost it, tag us in your Insta stories. It means a lot to us. I mean, you guys know how the Instagram algorithm works. And if you want to see us with the love on top, just make sure that you are
Doing
sharing.
your part.
Do your part, okay? Share it in your group chat.
Yeah, it really takes a village.
Yeah.
With Instagram.
So do what you got to do.
We need it. Okay, so this week we're going to have a little bit of a lighthearted episode.
Before we get into our next series.
Do one of our little Reddits.
Yeah.
So, this letter is relationship based. It's kind of lengthy, so sit down, take a sip of your tea, your wine, your coffee, whatever you're doing at this time. And let's just get right into it. So, the title of this one is My Husband. Did you want to read it?
No, go ahead. Do you want to take turns? You want to read the first part and I'll read the second page?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
My husband knows about my it's late. My husband knows about my 6-month-long affair but hasn't told me. What can I do? Busted.
3 o'clock in the morning. Where you been? Baby, let me get my two-way.
I was with my girlfriend. You lie.
I called Keisha and Tanya. They were both at home.
But I didn't. That's always the worst. What? That's not even. Okay. Because I was about to say, I almost thought I was busted one time. And I was like, ooh, shit, I can't.
Yeah, it happens. But I didn't say them.
Okay.
No.
Here we go. Okay. So maybe let's start out with a little background. My husband and I first met when I was right out of college in a new city. He swept me off my feet, and from our first date, it was magic. We married 3 years after that, and now we have an 8-year-old daughter. We both work pretty great jobs, and between caring for our daughter and work responsibility, we are both busy people. But he always made time for me and treated me like royalty, even when I didn't do the same. It's the royalty for me. Yeah. I said that. Around the beginning of 2019, I became familiar with one of my coworkers, Nick. He's about my age and has a wife and 3 kids of his own. Nick and I started so innocent. We would go out to work outings together and sit close by and talk. I started sitting in his lap and we had some light touching, but nothing too severe. I guess he reminded me of when my husband and I were young. There was a passion in Nick's eyes that drew me close to him. Eventually, we started sleeping together. Of course, I mean, you sitting in laps, light touching, staring into eyes. The fuck you mean?
It's too much.
I knew during the whole time it was wrong, but I pushed through, never once thinking about the impact it could have on my husband. This morning started off as usual. My husband gets into the shower before me every day, and I snooze before I have to hop in too. He mentioned last night that he was going to stop by Costco on the way home from work today. So I grabbed my husband's phone so I could add to the shopping list a few things that I wanted. I know my husband's iPhone lock code, so I went into the Notes app to add what I wanted. And when I opened the app, it opened to a folder with dates listed on it. The dates started the first week of March and continued unabated until last week. I curiously opened one of the dates, and to my shock, it was a diary. I never knew my husband as the type of person to write out his thoughts and emotions. I read through the first couple entries of his diary and it broke my heart. The diary was all about...
Diary.
Your diary.
That was my shit.
Let me hear you say.
Oh, oh, hey, hey.
Germany. Okay.
Let me hear you say, I won't tell. I won't tell.
I won't tell.
Your secrets, break it down. Oh.
Okay.
Secrets.
So here we are.
Chloe said, I'm out of here, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The diary was all about my infidelity and how my husband was processing it. Looking at the dates that were listed, he discovered my affair about a month after it became physical. I quickly locked his phone and hid it. When he came out of the shower, I helped him look for the phone I hid. My husband has a work phone and a personal phone, so he was unfazed about not being able to find it. He was on the time crunch and left the house with only his work phone. I called off work and read each diary entry. I feel like I may vomit. Almost each entry for the first 3 months he discovered my affair were about how he planned on making her fall in love with me again. He had detailed in this diary the plans he had to make me forget about Nick. He talked about taking us on a week-long vacation so I couldn't see him. How he bought my favorite flowers and cooked my favorite dish, but I continued to see Nick. As the time went on and I continued to tell lies to my husband, he would write it in the diary about how his resolve is beginning to waver, how he is becoming depressed and feels so lonely and unloved. After 3 months, the diary entries became wholly about his depression and how he cries every time he knows I'm with Nick. He writes how every night before falling asleep, he has visuals of Nick's body on top of mine, and how the visuals make him feel physically ill. He keeps writing in his diary how he doesn't want our daughter to grow up with divorced parents like he did.
There is a diary entry from 1 month ago that stopped me in my tracks, though. In the entry, my husband talks about how one night when I was with Nick and he put our daughter to bed, he was crying himself like unusual, but the tears stopped flowing. He says that his body finally stopped producing tears for his failed marriage. He says that night was the night the Band-Aid fully came off. In this entry, he talks about how this 6-month-long process felt like a Band-Aid on his soul that was slowly being pulled off, and how now the Band-Aid was finally off. He felt a wave of relief, like he finally got over me. 2 weeks ago, he had another diary entry. In this one, he talks about how he wants to arrange to meet an escort girl. He writes that he doesn't know how to start an affair, but having sex with someone other than his wife will be an interesting experience. My husband knows my cheating schedule. He has planned on meeting this escort sometime that I am with Nick. I don't know what to do at this point. I am at such a loss. I am ashamed of myself. The whole time I kept telling myself that no one was getting hurt, that this affair would run its course and life would go back to normal. I never realized the pain and suffering that I put my husband through. I have cheated on him so many times and he suffered through it. What could I do now? I am never going to cheat on my husband again, but it's probably too late to have this realization for me. Where do I go? What can I do? I know many of you will say some horrible things about me, and that's okay, but please help me save the marriage I ruined. Bitch. My God.
You know what? This poor husband. And I mean, he's a better man than I would have been because I can't just tell it to my diary. For 6 months. And he's known about it for 5 months. She had an affair for 6 months. He knew about it since 1 month after it had started.
There's no way that I would have been telling my diary that I'm going to get you back. I would have been like, bitch, I know what you're doing. I'm not the kind of person
as soon as I found out
that could let you just go. Number one, you ain't just about to be going to get no dick on the side and coming back here and then I'm getting up in it too. That just don't work for me. I would be like, so how's Nick? I'm the kind of person who want to bust your bubble.
Yeah.
I want you to feel a little pain and fear like that Queen of Cups said that your enemies were going to be feeling.
Exactly.
I want that type of energy. I want all the smoke.
Yeah.
I want you to know you lost a good thing. I want you to feel sad and ashamed to my face.
And the thing is, he was in a deep depression, crying to himself nightly until the tears finally stopped. Like the torture. When all you had to do was bust her ass out, leave, or just be like, girl, I know what you
But he didn't want to.
I know, but at the cost of his own sanity.
He didn't
depressed.
realize that the depression was going to take hold of him like that. He just wanted to really like win her back and love her through it. And you see, he was thinking about his family.
He was thinking about his family, and she was very selfish talking about
I didn't think anybody would get hurt. Girl, how not? This is the man you.
She was like something that she just thought it was something that it will run its course, and I think that's because Nick's married with multiple kids. She's married.
It just seemed like a good fit, a good old cheating time.
But this is my thing. She should have nipped it at the bud. Way in the beginning.
When sitting in lap was occurring.
When? This is the part.
When nothing too severe happened.
Nick and I started so innocent. We would go out to work outings together and sit close by and talk. I started sitting in his lap.
She was dead wrong
The
then.
moment you sat in his lap and there's some light touching but nothing too severe.
It should have been deaded. Her integrity should have kicked in and said, I'm a married woman. You know, this brings to my attention. on Saturday, like I was telling you, Andres and I were at his office talking to his friend, and we were talking about polyamorous relationships, which come up a lot. I feel like we should have some sort of conversation about that
with an expert.
Of course, come on, we can't do it alone.
No.
We can't do it alone. But we were having that conversation about polyamorous relationships with one of his friends, and they were saying that they think it's really interesting that you can just express to your partner in this polyamorous dynamic that, hey, I'm vibing with somebody, I'm feeling them, I'm going to explore this. And then they were like, the person asked, you don't think that that's like interesting and that's like an admirable characteristic? And I'm like, no, maybe for me it's not, because I'm not on that type of time. But before I come to my partner and say I'm vibing with somebody, I want to know why we ain't vibing. You know, because people think like, and maybe that's the part of me that knows polyamorous relationships are not for me, right? But it's always a matter of like, well, I'm feeling this person.
Because I think with the polyamorous relationships, it's not necessarily saying that I'm not feeling you. It's just I'm feeling them too.
Right. And what I was saying is, for me, is like before baby girl got involved and was vibing with Nick, what was going on in your own marriage where
that you were vibing with him? Or are you just greedy and you wanted to vibe with both of them?
Right. But what was going on that you couldn't come and say, hey, Nick, I'm kind of concerned we aren't vibing?
Well, she said he reminded her of her husband when they were young and there was a passion in his eyes.
Look at something else.
Get out of Nick's eyes and look into my eyes and tell me what the fuck going on. You all up in Nick's eyes. That's the problem.
I'm saying, girl, look me deep in mine and tell me what you don't feel.
But you know what? I honestly think there are some people that just cannot sit still. I think that some people, or maybe they can sit still, but some people, like, they're just not monogamous, I guess. They just have to be entertaining multiple people, getting attention, getting the things that you'll get from one single partner from different people. Maybe. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But it is not fair to strip your partner from choice. Okay. If that is how you feel, you need to be communicative. Make sure your partner's okay with it and that they're aware of what the fuck you're doing.
Right. And
not just engaging in these activities, whether it's something as small as conversation or something as deep as sex.
Because that dynamic with her and him doesn't seem polyamorous. That just seems like infidelity.
It's not polyamorous at all.
Right. So you a cheater.
You're a cheater.
You're a cheater.
Deceiver, heartbreaker.
Exactly.
And I don't want you back
I won't.
in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the house, the car, the kids, and the dog. I want it all.
You're nothing but ooh.
Sneaky.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch.
You bitch.
Yeah, it's not cool. And, you know, she's talking about what can she do to save her marriage. At this point, I think it's a dub because he has said
the Band-Aid was fully off.
Once the Band-Aid's fully off, he's not even crying any more tears. And he just feels like, you know, I don't give a fuck no more. Now I'm about to go meet me an escort girl.
Once men are checked out, once they say I'm actually done, it's really a dub.
It's hard to get them back.
It's hard to get them back. Which so?
I've never cheated on a man.
I've never done like a downright cheat. Like I'm gonna go fuck.
Yeah, I've never done that.
It's been an emotional kind of entanglement.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll entertain.
Well, yeah.
I've been
emotionally entangled.
Yeah, I've been
which is cheating for sure. It's cheating for
Exactly.
sure. So let me not negate that. Like I've never cheated.
Yeah. But I've elevated beyond that space. Once I feel like I gotta entangle my emotions with someone
then
else,
I
just gotta
disconnect from you.
I have to.
Yeah, and if I find out that your emotions are entangled with somebody else,
then it's gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna beat your ass on this train. On the Mata, and I'm finna do my
thing.
No, yeah, I wouldn't be okay with that.
No, I don't know. Prayers for that sister.
Prayers for that fella too. I just feel like I don't really think there's much that she can do to save her marriage. But if she's gonna try to attempt, I think you need to let him know straight up that you went into his diary. You know that he knows that
his secrets.
You know that he knows that you were cheating on him, and is he willing to
work through it? Counseling.
But
she's gonna have to be completely honest. That is what she's gonna have to do. She's gonna have to let him know.
And my thing is, when were you gonna stop? Were you gonna?
And
stop?
now what? Now because he wants an escort girl, now you're feeling moved
because she don't want him fucking around.
And that's what makes me know she's not poly.
That's a pure sign. That
Yeah,
somebody
like you're not
being
poly. You're not poly.
This is my thing. If you want to explore polyamorous relationships, although that's not what this is about, but we've taken it there.
There's actually a pod about a couple who is exploring polyamory, and
What's it called?
I have to send it to you because that guy who I was talking about that day, he shared it with me.
Now,
So-
were they exploring polyamorous?
Okay, so now it's a different
Relationships?
conversation. He personally wasn't, but he ended up going on a date with a girl who actually was in a polyamorous relationship.
Wait, were these two people a couple?
I wasn't there with a couple. It was just one guy.
Oh.
Andres' friend.
Oh, I thought you said you were there with his friend and his girlfriend.
No, it was just the three of us.
Oh, okay.
No, but he was talking about how he thinks the concept is so interesting and how he was in London at one point and he had went out with a girl and they were having a regular ass conversation at dinner on a date and she was like, yeah, my boyfriend. He was like, what? Hold up, like, and she was like, yeah, you know, he's super cool. I love him. I couldn't imagine myself without him. He's the person I want to marry, but we have an open relationship. And he was like, okay. And then they stopped talking about that and they started talking about other things like, what do you do? What, you know, whatever on this date. And then they decided to leave the restaurant and she was like, you want to go back to my place? And he was like, sure. They get back there and before they walk in the door, she's like, you're going to love him. Like that. She was like, you're going to love him. He's great. You're going to love him. So they get in there. He sits down. She goes and wakes the guy up. He's like, I didn't even know they fucking lived together. She wakes him up. He comes out. He's like, hey, mate, how you doing? Doing the whole accent thing, you know? And he's like, can I get you something to drink? And they all sat around and conversed. It was really late. Oh, he was like, I got to go to bed. So I got to get up early. I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing. And I'll be in another room. Right. Bye. So him and baby girl did a light hookup. No sex, but like touching, teasing, fondling. And then I think after so many hours, it was like 4:00 in the morning. He says she went to bed. She was like, I know your hotel's on the other side of town, so you're welcome to stay here and sleep on the couch or whatever. He spent the night. She left to go to work the next day. The guy came out, woke him up. He said like he felt somebody like gently waking him. He was like, can I get you a cup of coffee? And they chatted and had a cup of coffee. And he said that was it. He left after and they never seen each other again. So he was just sharing his experience, thinking that it's very interesting and he's fascinated. Not that he wants to participate, but that he could perceive that relationships can happen and be healthy, right? From what we know, the way that he experienced that. And in that same conversation, he shared the podcast that he listened to where there's this guy who was all about polyamory and like, he thinks that people who can't understand the concept of polyamory or participate in polyamorous relationship are like a less evolved human, right? Like your ego and your jealousy just keeps you in this monogamous relationship where you can't understand how another person could explore or be attracted or interested to another while they're still in a relationship with you. And he actually was in a polyamorous relationship. The girl met this really amazing guy in New York and he was so jealous and he could not understand. He was like fucked up over it, crying, just so sad that she had decided to go to New York and hang out with this guy and be there for a while. And eventually the girl left the guy, like they stopped hanging out, but he was really like sick to his stomach.
She left the guy who was sick or she left the guy in New York?
She left the guy in New York and came back to this other guy.
Okay.
But he was just like, it kind of fucked
So was
with
that
his
polyamorous or did she just say fuck you and I'm going
They
with
were
him?
poly. They were in an open poly relationship and
But she ended up leaving him though. So was it still poly at that
it was
point?
still poly. It's just the guy that she was dating, it didn't work out. But he felt like it would be a contradiction to him preaching like polyamory and being in this hella polyamorous relationship and then his girlfriend wanting to explore somebody else and him being like, ugh, I'm so mad, I'm so jealous, I'm so envious because I love you so much. I'm like, see, motherfucker. So I'm gonna listen to it.
I'm definitely jealous. So seriously, I don't want to share.
Yeah.
I don't want to share, and that's just my truth. But if it works for other people, as long as you're living in your truth, that's great
fine.
for you.
Yeah.
It don't
I'm
have
cool with
nothing
it.
to do with me.
I think the issue comes in, and you know what? Maybe this is more for our conversation on polyamory when it happens. But I think the issue comes for most people when one person doesn't really believe or doesn't think they're polyamorous, and then they get, I don't even want to say tricked, but
They get pulled in.
And it's like, that's not even what you want to do, but you're making it a thing when you really don't want to like vibe like that.
It should be two consenting people that are definitely in my opinion. I don't know.
Not somebody coercing you.
I'm not an expert in polyamory, but yeah, I just know for me, call it ego, call it whatever.
Call it less evolved.
Call it less evolved. I don't see it being a thriving relationship for me because I would be like, so why you want to go over there tonight?
Yeah.
When I said, I said that I want to hang out tonight. Why do you want to go over there tonight?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, so I think that's that.
So yeah, this bitch back over here, who's definitely not in polyamorous relationship, she's just cheating. I don't feel bad for her. I do feel bad for the husband. And I don't have any advice for her other than do better, queen. You have an 8-year-old daughter who might be suffering from your action.
Yes.
And if you want to leave, get out.
Right now. It's the end of you and him.
Yeah.
I think that's it, huh? Short and sweet.
That's it for this week. Tell us your thoughts on this letter.
Yes. Let us know if you've ever dealt with this type of situation too.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a marriage. Maybe it was a boyfriend. Did they find out?
Did they bust you?
There was another Reddit really quickly where the husband knew that she was cheating. Mm-hmm. And he was being so nice to her. And he didn't say anything about the cheating. He didn't have a diary or anything. He was being extra nice to her. And he had planned a trip out of the country. And she was scared to go because she thought maybe he was going to kill her. Mm. I forgot where I saw it.
And I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
Once I'm thinking life is on the line, I'm actually going to stay local.
I would be like, I
know that you know. No stamp on the passport.
I was like, I know that you know.
No stamp on the passport.
Let's talk about it.
No champagne in whatever that is.
So
no
sex
in the champagne room.
That's that for this week, ladies and gents. We
nice,
hope you
light,
all,
sweet.
Yeah, we'll be back with some heavy hitters next week. Starting a new series. So buckle up for that. And yeah, we'll chat with you all later.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
It's time for a reboot. Not a do-over, but a do-everything. A time to hike this, taste that, camp here, and road trip there. In a place that's wide open for new memories. South Dakota. Out here, adventure goes with the territory. Whether you're backpacking in Badlands National Park or diving into Lewis and Clark Lake. When you're ready, get back to nature and back to what you love. Get inspired at TravelSouthDakota.com.
There once was a dad who set out on a great quest to find the perfect Coke flavors at his family's request. So he went into a local store and grabbed the Coke Cherry Vanilla, Coke Cherry, and more. At dinner, they sipped Coke flavors and rejoiced. For everyone made their own delicious choice. Coca-Cola flavors. Unbelievably delicious. With so many delicious Coca-Cola flavors and Coca-Cola Zero Sugar flavors options to choose from, you'll have to taste them all.